To someone who doesn't feel qualified to lead, I would, although it sounds simple, suggest and recommend that you just experiment and try. I think that we have this perception that leadership, you have to have an official title, or you have to be voted into a leadership role. But the reality is, even on a small scale, such as a neighborhood, we have a huge need for leaders. We have a huge need for people who are willing to just step up and say, hey, like, we don't really know our neighbors, but what if we got together and had coffee in the park here in our neighborhood once a week? Although it doesn't seem like it, that is leadership. That is stepping out into the unknown and trying something new and trying to galvanize people around something that's shared or an action.
There are lots of folks who don't feel like they have the capacity to lead. But leadership looks like all different things. It's not just being at the top of an organization. There are leaders in my community who lead by hosting dinner parties once a month. There are leaders in my community who provide space for difficult conversations or interesting conversations to happen. So leadership doesn't mean running a large organization. It doesn't mean running for political office. It means finding a way to get people together and united for some sort of a purpose. If you can do that work, you're leading.
I think, first of all, not everybody's strength is to lead. I think there are some people that's their total strength, and there are other strengths that somebody else may have that are just as important. And so I think, first of all, you got to find out, is that your strength? Because I don't think you should try to make it your strength if it's not. You can be successful, you can be helpful, you can be catalytic and not have to lead. Some people are driven to it and they want to lead, and that drives them, and so on and so forth. But I think in some cases, finding out where you're at first and not trying to put a round peg in a square hole is important, because I've done that before. I think I should be doing this, but that's really not my strength. So for me, hiring people, that marketing may not be my strength. So hiring the right person to do that and do it well, because that's their way of leading and that's their leadership skill, that's important. Didn't mean that me leading the organization needed to take on that role. Let somebody that's their strength do it. I'm very well aware that all my strengths aren't there. I have some that aren't others. So I think knowing if that's your strength or not to lead, that'd be the first step, and that'd be my advice to them. Figure out where you're at before you try to put a square peg in a round hole.